It's important to master the bowline from any angle. Here, I have a rope pointing towards me. Here, secure with a bowline. Pass the rope through. In the standing part, make an eye that points to the working end. If this part is up here, then pass through the eye from below. Next, go around the standing part with the working end. If I was on top the last time, then I now have to go around the standing part from behind. And finally through the eye and out again the way I came. That's the bowline. The bowline always has the end of the rope inside. I'll demonstrate again. Pass the rope through, in the standing part. Make an eye that points to the working end. If this part is up here, then pass through the eye from below. Next, around the standing part, with the working end, and finally through the eye and out again the way I came. The bowline should be mastered from any angle, in this case a rope coming from behind me on my right side. This time I make an eye with my right hand. I pass the working end through, but not parallel to the standing part. This part is on top, so I pass the end through from below. Here I went on top, so I now pass the end around behind the standing part and out again the way I came. The bowline can be untied relatively easily, even after great strain, by bending this bight here at the back and then loosening the knot. Last example. The rope comes from the left rear. Pass the end through and make the eye with your left hand. Don't parallel back, but pass the end above. This part lies below, so I have to go through from above. Here I last went under, so now I have to go over the standing part and out again through the eye. The end of the rope is always on the inside. If I wanted to secure here with the rope and the working end is long, too long to pull all the length through, then I double the rope with a bight. I could now make 2 half hitches or make a bowline with the bight and the standing part. Often the bowline is the better solution than 2 half hitches. I'll demonstrate some more ways of making a bowline in my hand. In the first example, the standing part comes from the front. I pass with the working end over the standing part, take the working end in the palm of my hand, up through the eye, and turn my hand over the standing part. Now the working end only has to be brought behind the standing part and pass through the eye. If in the last step of making a bowline, the working end is passed the other way around the standing part, then you have made a bowline with the end of the rope on the outside. a so-called left bowline. The left bowline has a comparable breaking strength but is generally considered to be incorrect. The following method of making a bowline is almost a trick. First, with the one hand, I make a slip knot by pulling the standing part through the eye. Now, push the working end through here and tighten. As a result, the knot capsizes and a bowline develops. In the last example, the standing part again comes from behind on the left side, and we make a bowline using only one hand. Hold the working end like this. Now pass it over the standing part and through the eye from below. I turn my hand towards me and bring the working end around behind the standing part, and have to briefly reach out and out again through the eye. This method works best with rather strong and stiff rope.